Hi everyone, this is Gwen Talbert in the Fox 5, zone for you, I guess I'm going to say. You know what? A pretty active day today because we're monitoring the chance of some storms. Some of them could possibly be severe. And there's a major system that created a lot of tornadic activity down to the south, Louisiana, Mississippi, down through that area. And it is moving its way towards us. It is really a strong system. And to the south of us, there are tornado watch boxes. Not for us, though, so far. So I'm keeping a close eye on it because things could fire up. A lot of it is dependent on how much sun we get. And here's how that works. The more sun we get, it's like putting gas on the fire, so to speak. It'll heat up the atmosphere even more. We already have a pretty good strong southerly wind that's boosting our temperatures into the 60s. May see a couple of 70s today. But the sunshine would be the catalyst for seeing some of those storms really get pretty strong. Not that they couldn't without the sun, but the sun would make it worse. Let's put it that way. If we continue to get heavy clouds like we have now, it's kind of like capping them, what we call having them capped, and it'll suppress the instability a bit. So we're just going to have to monitor it closely and see how it all works out. So I'm going to punch up maps, and we're going to go through this step by step as I let you know what's happening. At the same time, I'm keeping a close eye on things. So if I do have to dash off, it would be because we would have maybe a tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning or something that I really just have to really alert of. So bear with me on that. All right, here we go. Let's take this journey together. So we're starting off with the fact that today there's rain, thunderstorms, gusty. The winds are going to be a major factor today. And the winds are going to be something that could cause damage in places because the winds are going to be so strong. So keep that in mind and batten down anything that you need to because we do have a wind advisory for parts of our viewing area. So this morning, you know, we had some rain. By Monday, I should say, there'll be some rain that'll go to sunshine on St. Patrick's Day. So the early part of your Monday will start out with some rain showers lingering from what happens today. But then the afternoon, there'll be some sunshine. Spring is going to arrive on Thursday, and it's going to come in with just a few showers. So there'll be some sunshine by the afternoon also. So we're going to start the first day of spring this week. It's finally here. So rain, gusty, and thunderstorms. That's what we're going to be talking about. Take a look at this. This is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. So they determine the level at which the possibility of severe weather is. If you take a look at the green and the yellow, it literally dissects right through the district. Areas in the green going to the east are under a marginal risk of severe weather, not looking at really seeing hardly anything. Areas to the west that are in yellow are under a slight risk of seeing severe weather. And that means a chance of heavy downpours, damaging winds, and even some lightning. All right? Take a look to the north. If you see where we have the West Virginia Panhandle, where just to the west of Hagerstown, where it says Morgantown, right at Mason-Dixon, that's an enhanced level. That's an even higher level of severe storm possibilities. And the reason is in that particular area where the enhancement is, it's a level 3 out of the 5 categories, is because of the possibility of, or probability, I should say, of some pretty severe winds. So when we talk about the winds being really strong in that area, there is a wind advisory as well that does encompass part of that area, and we'll talk about that in a second. But they could really have some power outages, down trees, you name it. That could be an area where the winds could really do a lot of damage. So here is kind of the summary for you. The system's going to move in from west to east. The sun, as I mentioned, is a big factor. The more sun we get, the more instability, the worse the storms will be. The highest severe threat is the area west of I-95 that I showed you, the yellow and then the brown, from 10 a.m., which already started, until 5 o'clock today. We're talking damaging winds as the main threat, could see some hail. Isolated tornado risk, there is a possibility, you know, in that area. There could be a spin up. And the storm threat will decrease late this evening. Showers will continue overnight into the first part of your Monday, as I mentioned. So here is a look at that system. You can see the rain showers coming in. If you take a look at those red outlines, those are tornado watch boxes. And so we don't have any for our particular area right now, but there is to the west of us, up to the north, just north of the West Virginia Panhandle, there is a tornado watch box, and one to the south. So we're now seeing some of these rain showers moving across our area. Right across I-81, you can see Front Royal getting some rain, Charlottesville from the south pushing its way up to the north. Heavier rainfall well out to the west of us, but there is still some of those showers that are starting to, gradually make their way through across the region. This is Futurecast. So this particular model wants to bring in a little heavier rainfall by about 1:30. And when you start to see the red and the orange, you'll know that you've got heavier pockets, and that's happening out towards Elkins and Durban, just west of the West Virginia Panhandle by 2:30 with this model. And then look at that pretty organized line at 4:30, just moving its way closer to the I-81 corridor. Then we get to 5:30. That is some pretty strong storm action there with a fair amount of rainfall in it, trying to come its way across. There it is there again by 6 o'clock. And then as you look at 6:30, it's edging closer to the district. There you have now by 7:30 along the lower half of the I-95 corridor. And now more intensely south across lower southern Maryland, coming through at 8:30 tonight before it starts to clear the bay, gets its way out of here with some lingering light showers as we get into the early morning hours of your Monday. Now that's just one model. It could kick up a little worse than that and could be a little closer, so we have to watch it. Here's your coastal flood advisory. That is for Anne Arundel County. Turn around, don't drown, as we always say. You got to be careful with that because you can never really estimate the depth of water. This is in effect until 11 o'clock, and we know City Dock and Annapolis always gets hit. This is where we have the wind advisory. It includes West Virginia Panhandle, so we're talking Pendleton, Highland, Grant, all along the Blue Ridge. Here where the wind gusts could be up to 50 miles an hour or so. So keep that in mind. Temperatures right now, look at this, heading toward the upper 60s, 70s, unbelievably warm from the really strong wind gusts that we're getting coming in from the south. 24-hour temperature change from yesterday to today, up to some 22 degrees warmer than it was yesterday at this time. So here's a look at other temperatures. You can see the warmer air ahead of that frontal system. Cooler air is on the backside. You can pretty much see that line. Look at St. Louis at 35, and then ahead of it, temperatures in the 50s and 60s and 71 at Wilmington. So that's a good indication of where that frontal system currently is as it continues to move its way through. So it'll head into the warmer air, and once again, if we get some sunshine, it's really only going to fire things up quite a bit and give us the potential of seeing some severe weather. Look at this is Futurecast for the winds. It's advanced itself into Monday morning, but the winds will still be pretty strong. But we're also looking at strong winds for today as well. The winds today that'll start to pick up, and they're going to be anywhere from 30 to even 50 miles an hour. Now this is your planner. Planner wants to start bringing in some of the storms around midday and then continuing through the afternoon into early evening. By tonight, things will start to improve. By tonight, all right? We're going to end up seeing by tonight the threat will start to diminish, and we'll end up with showers overnight, as I said, which will take you into the morning hours. Here's your highs for today. We are headed to 71 degrees for the city. Look at that. And then elsewhere, those temperatures will continue to be into the upper 60s. So it is going to be a warm day. Muggy with all that moisture in the atmosphere also. And those winds, as I said, 15 to 20, gusting up to 40. And we saw that, how those winds can seriously start to kick up quite a bit across the area. So expect to see that. All right. Lows tonight in the upper 40s, mid 40s, about 50 degrees. And that's going to continue to be with the clouds. But once again, we have the slight risk, the marginal risk, and the enhanced risk, and the enhanced risk being to the north of us. So here's the 7-day forecast for you. So once again, rain showers, clouds, possible storms today. Some of those could be severe, as I mentioned. And as we get into tomorrow, some rain to start St. Patrick's Day. After that, things will start to improve. The rest of the week doesn't look too bad.